All right, hello and welcome to the AGDI remake of King's Quest II. Let's launch through the title pages. Very nice. And here we have the new title screen, King's Quest II Romancing the Stones, as opposed to Romancing the Throne, which was the original name. And it's quite fitting that they found a new name, because this is a much different game. You know, the AGDI remake of King's Quest I is pretty straightforward. There's a couple of very minor changes, but most of it is just quality of life, making it point and click, making the audio and visuals a little bit better. Whereas the story and game here are vastly different in a lot of, kind of very important ways that you're going to see. It's a much, much more robust and longer game. And they changed / added a lot of lore here, some of which ties into some of the stuff that comes up later in the later titles, and some of which is just kind of totally out of nowhere. There's a degree to which I feel like they did too much in terms of changing the story, and yet at the same time, I feel like if you're going to truly do a remake like this, there's two options. One is to do what they did with King's Quest I, which is just to have a complete, straightforward, make it prettier, make it run smoother, and that's it. And the other is to really change it and make it your own. And so, if they're going to choose to make it their own, then why not really go all out and kind of give it a whole new story while still being very, in keeping with the general vibe and run of the original. So ultimately, I can very much get behind it, and I think it's a really cool game and love what they're doing here. Now, there are a couple pieces of text that are in the manual that are not part of the game. One of which I'm going to read through here. That's I wouldn't say critically important, but it adds just a little bit of background to these stones, and I don't know, I find it interesting, so I want to include it here in the intro. So, in the beginning, the ancients came. They traveled the world before all others, preceding even the first mages, the founders of civilization. Such power had they that their influence was fully felt by all of creation. The ancients were master seers. They perceived within every living being a spectrum of destiny, one's path, and its infinite branchings. This was as natural and easy for them as it is for one to perceive the spectrum of a rainbow. This ability allowed the ancients great freedom to do as they chose. Gaze they would through the turbulent channels of time without peril. Apply they did such clairvoyance to satisfy their insatiable desire for knowledge. They fathomed the unfathomable and learned the unlearnable. Their abilities were unmatched, their potential unlimited. Fortunately, they were not unwise. They knew that so long as their perceptions did not alter the natural path of the cherished world that they inhabited, they would continue in their entrusted role as its caretakers. Thus, interference in the order of things was made strictly taboo. This world is good, for it has not been tainted by selfish actions, they said. For a long time, the ancients remained. They cared for the world and its inhabitants, nurturing and encouraging the ever-changing forms that were life. Peace and harmony reigned for many an age, and protected well was the world by its caretakers. They said, "This world is good still, as it has not been tainted by selfish action." Sadly, however, the trust bestowed upon them was betrayed, and they were forced to leave the world, and it was all because of one. One did not hold in such high regard the principles of his peers, and felt not the duty that his kind shared. He would not keep sacred the natural order of the living. Repeatedly he manipulated the spectrum of destiny to his own advantage. No regard he gave to any feeling save his own. To the detriment of the living world, he drew close his own desired destiny. The other ancients, angered by his selfish and callous behavior, moved to punish him. Within the very stone of the mountains they sealed him. Imprisoned he would remain until such time he learnt the essence of the natural order. To him they spoke. This world was good, but has been tainted by selfish action. No longer can we remain here, but you shall remain, imprisoned and alone. The cycle of life, the natural order of the living, shall be your only means of salvation. Only when the gems of nature are brought to thee will you be freed from your eternal, accursed existence. Then to him they spoke no more. And thus were formed the 3 gems of nature. The first was cast into the water, from where all life had sprung. The second was cast skyward, to be consumed by cloud and consciousness. The third was placed beneath the earth, to where the living committed the lifeless. And then the ancients left the world. Time passed, yet one remained as he had been, seeing nothing, hearing nothing, feeling nothing. His past slowly ebbed from recollection. In time, he had forgotten his own name. In time, he became it. Still, it waited. Though maddeningly dormant, it had retained knowledge of the spectrum of destiny and knew of one who would, one day, approach. A being, a human being, who would seek his own destiny through what it had long since become. It even knew what the being would say. Greetings, I am King Graham of Daventry. So that is it with the ancients. There is a second piece that talks about, getting us accustomed to the idea that Graham is, feeling lonely on the throne, and they recently held this huge, massive ball where all the local royalty and whatnot came, but Graham basically just felt like he was some kind of weird prize to be won, and he really wasn't interested in anyone. But that part I don't think adds much to what the introduction here does, so let's launch that. I love this guy's character sprite here. I mean, he looks like kind of a real hardened soldier, a very dangerous kind of guy. Certainly looks like he knows how to use that sword well. But as he comes into the throne room and you see his, text picture, it certainly paints a very different picture, at least in my eyes.
Your Majesty. King Graham?
Yes, Minister,
Gervain, sire.
Of course. My apologies, Gervain.
Not necessary, Your Majesty. After all, I've been your security and defense minister for but a short while.
Yes. Where did you say you were from again?
Just some small, insignificant land to the far south. Pales greatly in comparison to your realm, my lord.
Do you have something to report?
As a matter of fact, my liege, there's a small concern regarding the duty shifts of some of the castle guards and of the countryside patrols. Also, we are expecting our armed entourage from our nearest neighbor to return within the week. And there is the matter of an alliance with... my liege?
My apologies again, Minister Gervain. Please, continue.
Yes. As I was saying, there is the matter of an alliance with Hesperia. They have become a strong nation now, and it may be prudent to show our willingness to support them, lest they decide we are more of a hindrance than a help.
Does the king there have any daughters who've come of age?
I do not believe so, sire. As for the security arrangements for the royal ball held last week, I do believe the evening went by very smoothly. I dare say just about every princess in this region attended, and not one lost slipper, to coin a phrase.
Ugh, please, do not remind me.
Indeed, they were none too fetching. Would you like me to go over your plans for today, my lord? Very well.
Oh, forgive me once again. I am afraid that my mind wanders much these days. I wonder if my predecessor experienced times like these.
No doubt. Though I did not know King Edward the Benevolent personally, I understand he was a happy and astute man during his married life, before his wife passed away, that is. If I may be so bold, perhaps my lord is feeling that certain rooms in his castle are somewhat sparsely filled. The throne room, for example, and other rooms that serve but a single soul, like your dining room and your bed chambers.
Perhaps, but I do fear I've met no such candidates that would fill the rooms you have mentioned.
You should not lose heart, your majesty. If you pause to reflect for but a moment, you may see clearly what is hidden to others.
Interesting term to use, reflect.
You gaze into the mirror. The minister's words seem to echo in your head. If you pause to reflect for but a moment. Not that you've been doing much else lately. For many weeks now, you've been reflecting over the direction your life has taken. While Daventry has prospered under your wise leadership, so far your existence has been a dreadfully lonely one. Wait, the mirror is changing. As you watch, you begin to see a series of images, though you struggle to fathom their meaning. You recognize the landscape. It is Kalima, a land not far from Daventry.
This animation was very unnecessary, but very cool. Gives you a pretty good overlay of the area, or at least a large portion of it, before we even get there. I feel like Girl in the Tower should be playing.
You see the most beautiful woman you have ever set eyes upon. Somehow you can feel her sadness and her intense desire to leave that place. She is a prisoner in that tower.
Did you find what you were looking for, sire?
I require my ship ready for transport, Gervain. I shall be going on a trip presently.
Indeed. Where shall I tell the captain you'll be heading?
To Kalima. I have to find someone.
I see. Well, if you must go, it is my duty to ensure that you leave prepared. Arm yourself, sire. I hear Kolyma is not the safe haven it once was.
Of course, I shall take the sword of the first king, as is my right.
A wise precaution, sire. And, if I may be so brash to ask, who might you be seeking?
If all goes well, my bride.
Father,
Sister Agatha,
how may I be of service?
an opportunity has arisen, sister. I trust you still have your captive held securely away.
Of course.
A bit cruel keeping her locked away like that, do you not think?
No. How dare she flaunt her beauty in front of all to see? Her foolish male admirers see her and forget that I was the most beautiful of all in my day.
And in your own special way, you are still beautiful.
You devil!
That is not an unfair description.
Now, you mentioned a service, I believe.
Yes, the King of Daventry has advised his faithful minister that he shall be departing for Kolyma presently. On a quest, you might say.
Really? What kind?
The kind that involves sticking his neck out to rescue a damsel in distress.
And what have I to do with his neck?
Put simply, my dear, sever it.
All right, so the stage is set. I think with that, we'll end this little introduction, and when we come back, we'll launch into the game proper. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and until next time, see you.